About to go on ahead and go live. Got my camera.
Man,
Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, we here. This is Locker Room Talk with Jitim Young. I'm your boy, Mr. Wildcat, Mr. Northwestern, Mr. BigTen, Chicago legend, Mr. Hall of Fame, Jitim Young in the building. And in the locker room today, somebody who is extremely familiar with this show, Locker Room Talk, but he's familiar with being in a whole bunch of locker rooms, whether it's the NFL locker room, college locker room, basketball, high school extraordinaire out of Chicago. We call him Fresh Prince of Bel Air, the Fresh Prince of Chicago. Delano, the great one. We got Rueben Trotter. We got my bro, my cousin. Ruben is in the building.
hey,
Ruben,
man,
what's
that's a
going
hell
on,
of an
big fella?
introduction, man. That's a
Oh
hell of
yeah,
an
yeah, you the man,
introduction.
boy. You and they got to know your stats, baby.
Hey, that's a hell of an introduction, though, man. Like, shit, your
Yeah.
introduction to yourself. You never hear my talk
Hey
about
man,
yourself.
you gotta let these people know, man. Man,
Hey,
it wasn't no cupcake get here, man. We had to earn these levels and
hey,
earn these successes that we
I,
got. This it wasn't easy for us, but we made
hey,
it.
you paid the way for me, though. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Like I say, transferring to Delano was the best thing that ever happened to me. Uh,
yeah, man.
Athletically wise, like
Yeah,
people would be like, "Oh, the college, going to college is the hardest decision or whatever you make."
right,
No, man, making that decision to leave in Tilton to go to Delano
man.
and being
Ready?
actually properly coached.
Yeah,
I only did 1 year at Delano, and the way my
man.
game took off from that 1 year going
Right.
into my freshman year was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah,
being around Coach Sanders, being around Bill, having you and
right.
K come back to the school,
Yeah,
Pooh Man, and Micey coming back to the school.
already.
You know what I'm saying? Like that changed everything for me. And then
Yeah,
Coach Sanders taking us out to all these other areas, getting actually trained,
yeah.
and then just being on the team with Renell and
Right,
watch, hearing how Coach Sanders always praised him. Man,
right.
that was so much motivation because like for me, like when I got there, Renell was like Jordan to me. Like
Yeah. Now
Renell
Renell
was cold.
Renell was under us. You know what I mean? He was
Like
under us, and I had always been trying to get Renell to play on the eighth grade team when he was younger because I saw the skill. But he kind of wanted to stay with his group. He wasn't like me. Like me, I jumped off the porch in like third, fourth grade. Bill threw me in with the Wolves in eighth grade. I was a fourth grader hooping with these eighth graders, getting it in, and then I just kind of transformed. But man, that's much love. And for people watching, Delano Elementary School and Delano Playground. If you've seen the movie Hoop Dreams with Arthur Agee, that was the court Arthur Agee developed his game off of before he went to Marshall and took off. Hoop Dreams is won an Oscar for best reality movie or whatever like that. And Arthur Agee, him and William Gates got an amazing podcast, so check it out if you haven't checked it out. But Delano Playground is one of the legendary playgrounds in the entire Chicago. If you're a hooper, and especially if you grew up on the west side of Chicago, you've played at Delano at least one time in your life. There's no way you a hooper from the west side of Chicago and you've never been on Delano court. And that's the court me and Ruben, we honed our skills and the gang raised us. So Ruben, in summertime, man, what's going on? Summertime shy ain't nothing better than us in this city. But you in the Twin Cities in Minnesota. What does that do? What's going on in the summer for you?
oh man, right now my stepdaughter, she got a lot of AAU tournaments, so we doing that.
Okay.
Like she just finished up yesterday. They just had a tournament. This weekend they're going to Missouri. Then
Oh,
they'll be
cool.
back for a couple of weeks, and then we go to Denver, Kentucky, Indiana, and then I think that's it. Those are the last three away tournaments. But it's just traveling with that, and then my birthday in August, so we going to Aruba
Right.
for that, and
Oh, that's
then
dope.
my lady
Family trip.
birthday is in Hawaii, and then we
Wow.
going to her birthday is in October, so we going to Hawaii for that.
Right.
So right
Yeah.
now it's just traveling, doing the family
Yeah.
thing and everything
I
like
see.
that.
Yeah, man.
But
Y'all a beautiful family. I
I
can't wait till
appreciate.
I can't wait till I can go on a vacation to Aruba and Hawaii. For real,
Oh,
man.
man, you
Speaking,
can do it, man. You just choosing not to. You ain't gotta be in a relationship to go on there, man.
yeah, nah, you're right. You're
you
definitely
ain't
right.
got
You need that self care.
you
You
definitely don't have
talking,
to be in a relationship to do that, man. Like
man. True
this is
story.
crazy because she been trying to get me to take trips for the longest, and so
Right.
we did Vegas last year. I mean, yeah, for my birthday last year, just to see how
Yeah.
we get along on trip. But then,
Facts.
this past March, we went to the Bahamas for her
Ah,
daughter's 20th birthday.
right.
So, now I got my passport again, man. I'm ready to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, man.
I'm
That's
ready to go.
good. Island Ruben, man. You go ahead and do it. You gonna catch me out there one day in Trinidad somewhere.
Hey, man, we need to do a Delano group.
A Delano group. Let's go. I'm
We
with
need
that.
to do a
On
Delano
the
group.
island, man. Come
Man.
look. We get our workout at 7 a.m., 7 to 8, hoop and all that. And then, man, the rest of the time is us. I'm with it.
I go, man. We do a Delano group, man. The only person I see that travel outside of me is Juju.
Right. Yeah,
Juju
Juju
always out.
get it in. He always somewhere, ain't
he? Yeah. So man, we get the Delano group together. I was just telling Renell the same thing. So Renell be traveling too, but
Right.
he only go to his one. He go down below the border where his people.
Right, yeah, for sure. You already know that.
Renell honorary Latino.
Yeah. True. They done welcomed them in. Man,
Yeah.
we've been watching the NBA has been going on. The playoffs been going on. We saw Ja Morant. We seen Jokic winning MVP.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Embiid fall short again. The expectations of Philly. I called Golden State to be where they at. I called it a year ago.
You
I was
did.
right
You
again.
called it when we did the podcast last time.
Exactly. I said when Clay come back, what was gonna happen, and this happened. And then we saw Kevin Durant get swept. We saw Giannis put the team on his back without Middleton. A man short, he fell short without Middleton, but
Mm-hmm.
we saw Giannis has transformed to the best player in the league. And then we saw Luka Doncic is a solidified superstar. What is your take from everything that's happened up until this point? Right now, for just so for our documentations, right now we are in the NBA Finals 2022 summer. We got Golden State going into Boston. But what is your recap of everything you've seen? Minnesota, Pat Beverly. We
Is
can't
it?
forget that. Pat Beverly made a statement. You know what I mean? Like this playoffs, taking Minnesota, guaranteeing Minnesota made the playoffs, made it, and then it's obviously made comments about Chris Paul. But
So,
what is your take on everything?
well, I think a lot of my take has a lot of controversy in it.
Okay, go ahead.
I said this on the thread, man. You was on Facebook as far as like, that Grizzly team. I feel like they better without Ja. Like, and I'm not taking anything away from Ja, but the way they play more so they don't have that comfort zone when he's not out there. So they actually play well and they play together. And like I said, I made that comparison to Chauncey Billups' Detroit team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think Ja's a certified superstar. I don't even think there's no more borderline or he's on the cusp or anything. No, he's a solidified superstar because when he's out there, he's unguardable. He's charismatic. He brings excitement to the game. Like you're out
jersey selling because I ordered one. I ordered his jersey. Wait for it to come in the mail.
Yeah, he's definitely a certified star. I am looking to hear Memphis' name a lot in the future. And I think this playoffs really is just showing you that it's time for the torch to change. Guys like Jason Tatum stepping up and playing big. I think he's still on the cusp. And I only say that even in this last series, you saw him have dominant first halves. But then, like in the games that Miami won, he disappeared every second half.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, you got to be consistent with that. But that's a great team. It's not just him. Like he's a great piece on that team. Brown is a great piece, and just like Brown and Tatum are great pieces, like Clay and Steph, the heart of that team is Marcus Smart and Al Horford.
Right.
That's what makes the team go. When they play and they play well, there's a huge gap in their success. The reason why they picked it up this second half of the season was Marcus Smart started playing like he was under Brad Stevens. Mm-hmm. Brad Stevens gave Marcus Smart a role to fulfill and let everyone else do their thing. Now, I don't never say his name right. Ime Udoka.
Udoku, yeah.
I just call him. He's what's his name,
Coach
Baby Daddy? He was named Baby Daddy. He Neil Long Baby Daddy. That's all I know.
You funny, Neil Long Baby Daddy.
That's Neil Long Baby Daddy. Hey, but he actually took the chain off and let him be him. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like again, Mark. People forget
Oklahoma State Marcus Smart. He said, "Be that Marcus Smart."
Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, even if you watch last night's game, he took the last 5 shots for Boston.
He won the game for Boston.
But he took the last 5 shots under Brad Stevens. He wouldn't have never done that.
Did that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that would have caused controversy in the locker room. Notice every time, even when Kyrie left, they were still having controversy in the locker room because everyone's role was defined to one thing. And so if you didn't live up to that role, or you felt like you could have did more, but you limited, yeah, we're going to have issues. So Brad Stevens taking that other role and putting Udoka and the Coach U into the seat, it made a difference in everybody's game.
Right.
If they would have had Kyrie still there under Coach U, it's a different ball game for them.
Hit or miss.
If Kyrie mentally is right.
But we know what Kyrie gonna do. Obviously, when we talk about superstars versus non-superstars, Kyrie is a bona fide superstar. Ain't nothing to talk about. So we ain't gonna even waste airtime on that. But Kyrie is a team breaker, and you touched on everything Boston did. What is it that Brooklyn didn't do? Well, forget the fact that they lost the series. They couldn't get a game, and you got arguably the best player in the world on your team. You can't get one.
Okay, so now we go from Brooklyn, we go from Milwaukee, and they both got 2 bona fide, certified superstars.
Facts.
You got Giannis and you got KD.
Yeah, I think Giannis is the best player in the league.
If you watch how they guarded KD versus how they guarded Giannis, it was different. When KD had the ball, yes, you got Tatum in front of him, but in arm's reach, you got another defender to his left and you got another defender to his right. There's no way I can get comfortable and get my shots off like that. They didn't guard nobody else like that. They didn't guard Giannis like that. They put Al Horford and Grant Williams on him, and they let them go one-on-one. And then whoever else came in to relieve them, that's when Giannis went off. So if you guarding that guy one-on-one, but you have to put 3 people because Giannis don't have that shooting ability or the handle escapability of a KD. You got to keep 3 people around KD. The thing was, Brooklyn role players didn't step up. There was no Joe. Patty Mills and Steph killed all season. Or not Steph, Seth. Patty Mills and Seth killed all season. And then they get to the playoffs, they can't hit a bucket. Like when PJ or Bruce Brown is your second best player, because he was the second best player on their team.
During the playoffs.
In the playoffs. He was the second best player. Kyrie, I mean, you can blame it on Ramadan, but Akeem had to go through the same thing.
Exactly. And it's other Muslims. The dude, Cancer. Cancer go through it every year.
You know what I'm saying? But, in his Cancer's not in that role of Kyrie.
Superstar, right.
You got to find a way to perform. And people can blame it that he sat out half the year and all that stuff. Yeah. Okay. We'll run it back and see what happened next year. But, again, Kyrie he had outside that first game, which, again, that was during Ramadan as well. Right. You can't sit here and say Ramadan is the factor of him not playing well.
Right.
He just didn't play well. I mean, I don't know if it was Marcus Smart guarding him majority of the time. Marcus, he is defensive player of the year. Right. He is a physical. He is bigger and more aggressive.
And he went at Kyrie. Marcus Smart, I'm talking about when he got the ball on offense, he went at, he kind of did what Pat Beverly did to Ja. When Pat Beverly got the ball, he went at Ja. He was like, man, boy, you think I'm going to just sit back and be passive on offense?
I'm not about to people get Pat Beverly a name like he did something. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing that he didn't do in Houston or LA.
Right. But that's what. But a lot of times when defenders, guys that are just defenders, guard superstars like a Kyrie Irving, like a John Morant, they'll put all their energy on defense. But then when they on offense, what they not thinking is these guys is resting to come right back at you. And if they keep coming at you for 45 minutes in a 48-minute game with everything and you letting them rest on defense, of course they're going to get 50 and stuff like that. But what Marcus Smart did, and similar to what Pat Beverly did, because what's the name lost that series, Minnesota series, Karl Anthony Towns. He lost that. He didn't play well. He didn't play well.
He takes a big portion of the loss, being the best player, right? And then just making bonehead decisions, like getting in foul trouble in them early games.
Yeah, like rookie mistakes. And
Yeah,
I mean, again, our topic: superstars versus um, versus stars. I don't know what to say about Karl Anthony Towns. Is he a superstar? Is he a star? I don't really know.
me personally, and
Right,
my decision may be biased because I don't like him as a player. I think
right.
he's just the numbers guy. I think he just really plays for numbers.
Uh-huh.
I think that's why Jimmy was upset when he was here. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
why Wiggins didn't mind getting traded because he's just out there to get 20 and 10.
Right.
That's
That's
it.
it.
You
That's
know
all
what
he
I'm
care
saying?
about.
And he's been like that. Like I said, when Jimmy left, they didn't make the playoffs. Before Jimmy got there, they haven't made the playoffs since KG left.
Right.
So I don't think he's a star. I don't even think he's a superstar.
Oh, so you don't even think he a star in the
No,
league?
no.
Oh,
I
wow.
think he's one of the most talented players in the NBA.
Right.
But he's focused on the wrong thing. Like he wants to be the best shooting big man ever. You'll never take that from Dirk. I'm sorry. You'll never take that from Dirk. Dirk was an MVP in this league, and
A
he had put
champion
together arguably the best NBA championship run, beating San
ever.
Antonio,
Yeah.
beating the Lakers, beating OKC, beating Miami,
Right.
beat 3
With
Miami. Come
LeBron.
on. He put on arguably the greatest NBA championship run ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
With
a
old
fact.
heads. Like he didn't have like young superstars. He had Jason Kidd, who
Jason
was at the
Kidd,
end of his career, Sean Marion
Karan
at the end of
Butler,
his career, Karan Butler at the end of his
Tyson
career,
Chandler,
Tyson Chandler and Jason Terry. Like he didn't have no young superstars with him.
JJ Barrera. That
And he
was his
wasn't
young
young
dude.
himself.
Undrafted point guard out of Northeastern, 5'10".
That's you know what I'm saying? Like that's what he was working with. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Cat will ever be on that level. I think he's talented enough to be one of the greatest bigs to play the game, but I think his mindset is just on the wrong thing. And I think that just comes from the AAU background, the way the game is changing. It's more of a brand than it is about actually winning, like how much money I can get in this market or whatever. So he's
Well,
playing
when he
for
was at Kentucky, they was the #1 team. They had him. They had Booker. They had all that talent over there,
him,
and they
Booker,
ran
Trey
against Frank
Lyles.
Kaminsky them and them Wisconsin boys, and they lost.
Yeah, but I mean, we can talk about what happened in college because I mean, everybody thought Frank Kaminsky, Chicago
Yeah,
bred,
Chicago kid. Yeah, he was gonna be that.
everybody thought he was gonna be it, and shit. I mean, he
He just
lasted
a,
in the
a
league for
role
about
player.
7 to 8
He,
years, and
yeah,
he gone.
he found he got his niche to be a nice little piece on the team. But you're right, people did think Frank the Tank was gonna be that.
And
So
I didn't think Carr was gonna be that good. I thought Jaleel was gonna be better.
no, I didn't think that.
Shit.
One thing I did see Karl Anthony Towns do, he took a team to the Final Four. Okafor did win a national championship, but I thought that guard, who was that guard? The boy that played from Minnesota.
Tyus, he in
Yeah,
Memphis.
yeah, he in Memphis back a perfect point guard in Memphis. Don't make mistakes. He and to your point that you made earlier when we started the show off about how they play well without Ja. I just think the tempo changed because with Jones, he not gonna make mistakes. He not gonna take risks because he know he not as explosive as athletic and as
Mm-hmm.
guy gifted as John Moran is. So he plays subtle basketball. He shoots at a high percentage, and he not gonna turn the ball over.
But
You want to see him? Go
I've
ahead.
been watching him since he was like 8.
Yeah, I know.
Like his
Yeah, I
brother
know.
was my teammate and college roommate.
Yeah, you
So
told
him
me
and
about that.
Trey, they like, I watched them develop their whole game. Like the one thing that their brother did that they do, but they don't do like him at the clip he did. Their brother was a shooter.
Hmm.
Like catch and shoot off the dribble, however you want it, he was gonna give it.
Right,
But he trains them. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So the things that he wasn't able to do, he trains them and make it their strengths.
And made
Like
it their
it's
strength.
all in
Yeah.
their game. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So
Like
he got
Trey is a
their
different point
brother
guard.
got to Minnesota State, but he trained his brothers to make sure y'all can go to Duke, y'all can go to high major
But he
schools. They
went
get it.
D1 before he got to Minnesota State.
Right, right.
He
Yeah,
was
he
at
did.
what's the school Smush Parker went to? Fordham.
Fordham. Yeah,
He
Fordham.
was there. He was D1. But you get to that level and things don't
Circumstances.
work out,
Right.
circumstances, and I mean that's another thing right now. Think about if they had the transfer portal back then. Think
I
about
told
that.
somebody, hey, if NIL was going on like when I was playing, oh, I need $1 million. I need $1 million to come to school next year. I need $1 million. We gonna either do this. I need $1 million.
But see, the thing was, if when you was playing, like there's a lot of people in the Big Ten that would have got big time money, like
I
you,
know
Frank
exactly.
Williams,
Exactly.
Shannon, damn
My
near every
point.
guard over
Yeah.
at Michigan State, Maurice
Ager.
Ager, Maurice
Yeah.
Ager, what's the Anderson dude name?
Allen Anderson
Allen
from
Anderson.
Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah,
From played at Michigan State. Yeah. I mean,
D
yeah,
Brown,
it's different. I mean, and I know we skipping around topics, but like since we on NIL, we'll come back to Jimmy Butler being a superstar or not in a second. But let's talk about this, and then we'll come back to Jimmy Butler.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what's going on, especially in college football? If that ain't the league right now, these kids are going to teams like, what you got? Nothing? Cool. They got what I want. I'm gone. I don't care what the name on that jersey say. I need that cash. And these kids is doing it. And they got the autonomy. They got the power to do so. To me, it's beautiful. I love it.
I love it. It gives. I mean, for so long, college players have never had the power to do anything.
That's a fact.
Yet these universities make millions off these
Hundreds
kids.
of millions.
Hundreds of millions, especially if you go into the tournament. You're making you one game in the tournament gives you 10 to 15 million as a university. And we don't get to see that at all. And we can't go work during the summer. We can't even make over $2,000 a year.
We can't even work during the school year.
Yeah, like that's trash.
For 4 years. Like
For 4
we
years, you
didn't
expect
have
us
jobs.
to go eat ramen,
eat oodles and noodles, cafeteria food,
perform, and also perform in the classroom
on ESPN.
Man, stop it. Stop it. I'm glad these kids have these powers, and I'm glad some of these coaches are now suffering for it. Because Nick Saban, great guy, great.
I'm
great
happy
coach.
you go into that. I want to hear your take on that with him and Deion Sanders.
Well, I mean, first of all, he didn't take nothing into context. He just thought, oh, this guy went to an HBCU. If he's looking at basketball, there's a lot of guys on the basketball level that's choosing HBCUs over these big-time programs.
True story.
And so now you get a guy like him, you get a guy like Deion going to Jackson State, and with what he had already on scholarship and what he did last year in his first year coaching there was amazing.
Yeah.
With limited resources.
Right.
And so if I'm the number one player in high school, and I'm the number one D-back, and Deion Sanders plays my position, and he's called the GOAT. Coach. He's the GOAT of my position of all time, college football and NFL. Why wouldn't I want to go play for him?
Right.
All he's going to do is make me master my craft and give me a position to be better than him and Jalen Ramsey.
Exactly.
So why wouldn't I do that? Why would Nick Saban sit here and say this coach paid this player $1 million to go there? No.
When his players been getting paid. His players got paid. Dude, Shorty made $7 million last year. That quarterback, Young.
Matt, he don't like that. That Shorty made more money than he made.
He did.
That Shorty made more money than he made. So he doesn't like it. He likes sticking to the old school stuff because he has the power.
The control.
Yeah. Oh, I've been to 9 BCS games. That shit don't mean nothing now.
Nah. Okay, you've been to 9 BCS games. We living in the projects. This school just told me they're giving me $1.5 million, Nick Saban. What is you talking about? Is you talking about your credentials, or you talking about we eating? What we doing here for the next 3 years? Man. And these shorties are saying, they say, oh, you can't do nothing. I'm going to Houston. I'm going to A&M. I'm going to not LSU, because LSU something happened. They're gonna be out for a year. But they, you know what I mean? Well, no, it's basketball. They ain't football. But they talking about like
something happened with football. Remember, Odell Beckham gave that boy money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Odell Beckham did after they won the national championship. Odell Beckham was on camera giving motherfuckers money. So something happened. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, but the whole basketball team transferred. Everybody on LSU basketball team transferred last year. Everybody. All 11 players.
But I think the transfer portal is different than the NIL. I think the transfer portal is messing things up. It don't teach kids how to go through toughness, how to fight adversity. Okay.
So that's the con. You feel that's the con to the NIL.
No, I feel that's the con to the portal. The NIL, there's no con to the NIL.
Oh, there's no con, but the con to the transfer portal is the
Yeah,
kids don't know how to suffer through. If it ain't going well, they don't know how to
yeah.
just stick with it. Okay, I feel what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was to go to Northwestern
Right.
and I ain't getting no tick my first year, but I didn't get the red shirt, and so now I have this option of going to transfer. Now think about it. You go transfer and you go to a school like Kentucky.
Right.
But now coach brought in these top 8 freshmen and they gonna play because he's guaranteeing that one and done. Now you sitting 2 years without playing. Now you transfer again.
Right.
How you not? What are you gonna do every time things don't go right? You gonna leave? You can't. You
Quit.
gotta figure out. You gotta go in. You gotta go into that gym and work harder. You gotta figure out what these guys that's playing ain't doing, and add that to your game.
That's a fact. And you know who? And you know who a good example of that? To go back to what we were talking about, Jimmy Butler. He was somebody that figured it out, added to his game, and now he in this conversation that everybody in the world is talking about.
I
For
think he's a superstar.
Is he a star?
You don't even got to
Is
ask the question. I'm gonna give you the answer. He's a superstar.
Go ahead. Elaborate.
And I'm gonna say it because he's a guy that got better every year since he got into the league. He got into the league, got drafted second round, and came in as
late first.
Late
He
first.
was late 20s to the Bulls. He got drafted like in the late 20s. Yeah.
He's a guy that came in and they was using him as a big defensive stopper. Okay, he's big enough to stop wings. He's big enough to guard point. I mean, you know, he's quick enough to guard points. So we're going to use him as a defensive stopper. He said, damn, Nat, you're not just about to limit to me. I'm not about to be Tony Allen. And no knock to Tony Allen, who had a great career just playing defense.
Playing defense, right, yeah.
But we know Tony. We saw what Tony did at Oklahoma State. We knew he was much more capable on offense. That's the role he settled for and got comfortable with. Jimmy
and got paid with.
And so you see his points go up. But then it's like, Jimmy, you need to rebound more. So Jimmy started to rebound more. Then you see his playmaking ability go up. Now, in order for
once Derrick Rose got hurt.
Yeah. In order for me to stay efficient, I have to be able to create for everyone else. And so you see that him doing that. But he also never lost his mindset defensively.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you see guys like LeBron who came in, who's an excellent defender for 4 or 5 years. And then when he's like, I'm exerting too much energy on defense, I need to focus on offense, that shit went away.
Right.
Like, he's doing it on both ends. He's consistent. And every big moment, he's balling. When they went to – think about it. You can say he made a fuss everywhere he went. I don't believe there was an issue in Chicago. I don't think him and Derrick Rose was butting heads. Derrick Rose wasn't even playing long enough for them to butt heads.
Derrick Rose actually blessed them. Because, you know, Chicago was Derrick Rose City. This dude from the South that went to Marquette come over, and he kind of, in many ways, under Derrick Rose's wing. Derrick Rose like, bro, do your thing. Like, I ain't hooping. You gotta carry us. And he just said, okay, I got the blessing. I'm flourishing.
Yeah. And so then he goes to Minnesota. And he's like, I want y'all to pay me. They paid Wiggins instead. And then, so you're gonna pay Wiggins. I don't want to be here. These guys, you paying guys that don't care about the game. Now Wiggins has had a great hell of a bounce back in Golden State.
Resurgence in his career for sure.
He definitely has. But
first All-Star this year.
He was a number 1 pick that wasn't doing number 1 pick things.
Right.
You know. So, I get why Jimmy was mad. Let me get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what y'all do without me. What they end up doing. They traded Wiggins right behind him because they made a mistake. So, he goes to Philly. He gets Philly to the Western Conference Finals.
Eastern Conference Finals.
Eastern Conference Finals. Finals. They 1 game away from championship off of a lucky shot from Kawhi.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Tip bucket.
Lucky shot. And then they get, things happen. Okay, I'm not happy here. You're going to pay Tobias Harris. I'm going to go where I'm going to get paid. But I'm also going to go where I'm wanted. Only person that wanted him in Philly was Embiid. Nobody else wanted him in Philly.
Right.
So he goes over to Miami. First year in Miami, he goes to the finals. And he performs well. He beat Giannis. And he gave LeBron the 40-point triple-double and the 50-point game in the same series.
Right.
Consistently. Last year, injuries happened to the team. They lose in the second round.
Yeah.
And this year, he goes to the Western Conference Finals, and he's balling in the playoffs. He's been arguably top 2, top 3 best player in this playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Consistently. You know, he had a couple of bad games this series. A lot of we say due to injury. Again, I don't know if his knee is bothering him that bad. I don't know what it was that he took in Game 6 and Game 7, but he should have did that in Game 3 and Game 4.
Right.
Like, they needed all of that. They needed all of that every game in order for them to be successful. He's a superstar to me just because of the consistency, the way he came in. Shit, from his story from high school now.
Living, yeah.
Yeah, the way he had to turn his – he's a superstar. There's
I
no
feel what you're saying.
Top tier? Is he a top tier superstar? No, he's a third tier superstar.
Okay, so you got superstar and tiers. Because I got the way I look at it is in the NBA, obviously, if you're an all-star, that makes you a star. So I don't have to say star, all-star. I'm just say if you're an all-star, to me, you're a star. All-stars are stars. And then you got a superstar. I feel like because of everything you just said and everything that you articulated so well and so clear, the inconsistency is, in my opinion, that's why I got him as a star. I don't got him better than Luka. Like what Luka do, Luka do. Win, lose, or draw. Luka is Luka. Steph is Steph. Giannis is Giannis. Win, lose, or draw. You know what I mean? Giannis is still giving you that. When he disappears, he disappears. And I don't think like the super like even Embiid in his bad games is 28, 15, 6, but he has 7 turnovers. But in Jimmy Butler's bad games, it's 6, 8, 13, something like that. And you like, dang, bro, like.
But see,
I'd be like, I want to say, and that's why when we was having that debate on the thread, I said, man, to be honest, in my opinion, who I say, what's dude name that played for the Pistons, the point guard, Chauncey Billups. Remember I called him? I said he a Chauncey Billups, and you disagree with me. You know what I mean? But I said
to me, Chauncey wasn't the star.
Yeah, I don't think Chauncey was a superstar, but
I don't think Chauncey was a star. I don't care how many All-Stars. They made All-Stars as a team.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 of them. But I just think, and then what Allen Iverson wasn't doing in Denver, when Chauncey went over to Denver, Denver went to the East Western Conference Finals. And then J.R. Smith, exactly what he did with LeBron, he did against Kobe in Game 6 when they was up 10, and Denver ended up losing that game. And Kobe and them ended up going to the final and playing KG. But yeah.
So look, I'm gonna stay on Jimmy because I feel a certain way about Chauncey too.
All right, well let's stay. Yeah, we're gonna stay with Jimmy Butler.
I'm gonna stay with Jimmy. So with Jimmy again, I don't sit here and say that he's better than Chauncey. I mean, I don't think here say he's on the same level as Chauncey.
Right.
One, the aspect of when Chauncey came in. Chauncey, you gotta think Chauncey was only 30 days in before Boston traded his ass.
Right.
And then he went over to Denver before. He didn't do well in Denver.
Right.
He didn't do well in Minnesota. He didn't do well until he got a solid team that covered his weaknesses. Like when you got a Rip and you got a Tayshaun Prince and you got a Sheed and you got a Ben, and then you got a Lindsey Hunter coming off the bench and you got
McDice.
all these other veterans. You got McDice. You got the right people.
Tayshaun Prince.
You know what I'm saying? You got all the right pieces around you. He didn't come to Minnesota and make Minnesota better. He averaged 9 points here and 5 or 6, maybe 4. He wasn't Chauncey. Right. Jimmy every year improved. It didn't take him 7 years to become great. He improved every year, whatever his team needed. And I think that's the approach he takes. So when you sit here and say he had a bad game, no, he did what his team needed him to do. If I got to sit down and focus on defense, I got enough weapons around me to be able to chill and focus on defense and still be effective. He can have a 13-point triple-double or close to a 13-point triple-double, but Tyler Hero and Bam led the team in scoring. Nice. You know what I'm saying? But you look, Jimmy was efficient. His turnover was low, and everyone else around him looked better.
What was Chauncey's nickname?
What was Chauncey's nickname? Huh?
What's Chauncey Billups' nickname?
You
What
still
was
on
Chauncey
Chauncey?
Billups' nickname?
Chauncey.
Mr. Big Shot. You know what that
Punk
mean?
ass Chauncey. Punk
You know
ass
what that
Chauncey.
mean? That mean that same pull-up three that Jimmy took yesterday and missed? That's what Chauncey Billups was gonna do. Splash.
We can't say that.
But we saw it. We
We
saw
saw
it in
him,
them
we saw
5
him
years
hit
they
pull
went
up
to the
threes, or we saw him
Eastern
hit.
Conference Finals.
We saw him hit pull up threes, or we saw the ball swing, defense
We
lead
we,
Chauncey
we
open.
saw when the clutch they gave that thing to number one and he delivered.
What happened in Denver?
Oh, they went as furthest as they ever been since Jokic, because Jokic just took them what him and Jamal Murray took them to the Western Conference Finals
In the
since
bubble.
Chauncey. But yeah, it was in a bubble and everything. I'm excited to see Jamal Murray come back. I think
I'm not.
Klay Thompson has inspired any injured NBA player because what Klay has done, and that's why we're gonna talk about that as we transition. Who you got
I
between
got so
Boston and
much
Golden
to
State?
say. I got so much to say.
Yeah, but I think with Jamal Murray, I think Klay Thompson. I think Klay Thompson has inspired guys to sit, be patient, wait your time because when you come back, you could do what Klay Thompson doing in the finals. Who you got and why? I got
Okay.
Golden State. I got Golden State winning. I got Steph getting his Finals MVP. I
So
got the storybook ending with the Golden State Warriors winning the championship. I think just like I said about Ja Morant, I think Boston. I think them getting a taste of this, they're gonna have to fight out Giannis for it because Giannis didn't have Middleton. So they're gonna have to fight Giannis for this for at least the next 2 to 3 years.
all right. So now here go my take on all three things right now. Here
Right.
we go. So Klay, you say Klay should be an inspiration. I'm gonna say this: Klay game was never predicated on athleticism and movement.
He was the best two-way defender in the league. Kawhi and Jimmy Butler. Top three best two-way defenders. I'm talking about will
Two-way
go
player.
get you 25.
You telling me Klay's better than Paul George?
Yes, absolutely.
He's a better player
Absolutely.
than Paul
Boy,
George.
please.
No.
Boy, I wouldn't give Paul George a chance in the playoffs to win a game more than I give my daughter
Okay,
ice cream.
time out. I'll say now you're taking it too far because well,
Paul George.
listen to me. So everybody look at Paul George and look what happened in OKC. You don't get a chance to do shit in OKC when you got terrorist rust over there. You don't get a chance to be yourself. Look at what happened to Victor Oladipo when he left.
Man.
Look what happened to Oladipo when he left.
All-star. He became an all-star.
Yes, you don't get a chance to be you when you got
And that
terrorists.
other guard that played for the Clippers that was playing with him, they
Reggie
gave him like
Jackson.
40. Oh yeah, they made him touch earth. Remember Reggie Jackson hit him with the ooh up and Russ touched earth?
So now look, I'm gonna fast forward now to the Clipper uniform.
Okay.
So the first playoffs, it's kind of hard. I'm gonna tell you this: Paul George is not a number 2 guy. He's a number 1. When Kawhi went down last year, who beat Denver? Who beat Denver?
Oh, PG-13.
Right.
And your other OKC brother, Jackson.
Yeah, but who
Oh,
was
and
that man?
Terrence Mann played well too, but
Who
Paul
was that?
George was the cog.
My point exactly.
Yeah.
He showed that he's still a number 1. He can't be. It's hard to sit here and take the backseat to a nigga that's not gonna play all the games.
Yeah. Well, that's a Kawhi different issue in life. Period. I mean, Kawhi kind of the only thing that separate Kawhi from what's that boy named Kyrie Irving? Because to me, they do the same stuff. They like to miss work.
Is he
But the
quiet
only
about it?
difference between that Kawhi don't talk about the earth is breathing through the sun and the flowers that grow through your body. Your soul is touching your elbow, but the gold chain on your toenail is spiritually cleansing for the mother. I just be like, all right, Kyrie, man,
Yeah, see,
you
this is
playing
the
this
thing.
32 or not?
So this is the thing. I think Kyrie get a lot of flack because he actually do speak up on what he believes.
I agree with you. I respect him for that. True.
I think that's the huge misunderstanding. People think Kyrie is smoking something or something like that. No, Kyrie is believing like he's a highly intelligent individual. And if you go look at the podcast he did the I Am Athlete podcast a couple of weeks ago. Go
Right.
watch that. Listen to that brother speak. Very intellectual.
He's super intelligent.
You know what I'm saying?
Super.
But
Yeah.
I think his intellects, people don't like that. Like reporters don't like him challenging them. They can challenge you. You're
But you
an
can't
athlete.
tell me.
You was a star athlete at
Yeah.
Northwestern.
Yeah.
You was in the
Yeah.
Big Ten. They can challenge you about a challenging night for you, but time you flip the question back on them, it's an issue. Oh, he talks back to the media. He's being difficult. No, he's not.
Shut up and dribble. Shut up with the white racist lady that said that. Yeah.
Oh no, dude just said it on ESPN to Draymond.
Who?
JJ Redick checked his ass too.
Hold on.
Mad Dog Russo.
Let's stop. Tell me everything that happened because I missed that. What happened?
Dude, so you know, after Draymond, after they asked Draymond why he flicked the fans off, he's like, man, look, fans get to say whatever they want to us. You know what I'm saying? As I'm walking out, they saying things to me, so I flicked them off. I'm gonna always be me regardless. He's like, I make $25 million a year. This fine is not gonna hurt me. Dude on ESPN, he's always on First Take. I want to say either Tuesday or Wednesday morning. His name is Russo, Mad Dog Russo. He's like, I hate Draymond. I've been dealing with Draymond, blah, blah, blah. He just needs to shut up and play basketball. And JJ Redick instantly checked him like, hey, no, man, that same comment has the same feelings as the woman that told LeBron to shut up and dribble.
Wow.
Like, live on the air. I'm going to send you the video when we done.
Oh, bro, I'm definitely watching that. I had no idea about that.
What, man? Nah, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, for me, I think I've argued with this all the time. I think Klay is great, but I don't think you can put Klay on the team and he can lead the team by himself. I saw Paul George do it.
Well, yeah. In his younger
I saw
days.
Paul George before the injury, and I saw Paul George after the injury do it.
Yeah.
I don't think Klay can do that. Klay is not Reggie Miller to me.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Reggie led the team without dribbling.
True.
and
Reggie had Mark Jackson as a point guard, so basically that means that all of the heavy load that he had to do bringing the ball up.
Mark wasn't always there.
Well, whoever his point guard, Travis Best, whoever you want to put at the PG was there. You know what I mean? And then you had Ron Artest guarding the best player, so Reggie didn't have to worry about defense.
That was at the
all he had to do was worry about shooting.
That was at the tail end of Reggie career.
Yeah. But I remember he guarded Mike. I do remember that. But that's what I'm saying. Klay guarding right now it was Wiggins doing it. But prior to the leg injury, but Klay did step up on
Klay got all one defensive team, so you can't call him the best defensive two-way player in the league. You can't. If you got one all defensive team under your resume, I can't call you the best two-way defender in the league. Because
then Tony Allen took some of those at that spot. Who else was in the league playing deep? But anyway.
That's what I'm just saying. I think Klay is overrated. I think Klay is a great shooter, but I think he
definitely not overrated. I think he underrated a sense. I think he kind of underrated. You mean to tell me you would take Dame Lillard in the top 75 who gets swept by Golden State every year and then leave Klay name off it? Top 75?
I didn't say Dame belonged in top 75.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like,
Kyrie belongs there.
Everybody thought Kyrie should have been there, but Kyrie don't like the media. The media don't like Kyrie, and that's a media award.
T-Mac should have been there.
T-Mac could have. I think T-Mac could wait for 80.
Huh?
I think T-Mac could wait for 80. Because at least one thing I can say Dame Lillard did better than T-Mac is at least get out the first round.
Again, let's look at T-Mac's teams. And especially in Orlando in his great years.
Jokic ain't got no team. He can get people out the first round.
First of all,
Embiid ain't got no team. He can get people out the first round.
Are we gonna compare these superstars in this era to T-Mac's era?
T-Mac, I think you should be good enough to at least win out the first round. At least get one. At least get a series.
Think about if
you that guy.
If you're the 8th seed, how can you get a series?
I don't know. Ask Baron Davis. Ask Baron Davis how.
So Baron Davis.
Ask Kevin Garnett how.
So we're gonna sit here and say Baron Davis' team wasn't nice. We're gonna say
that Golden State team that beat Dirk and Nash.
You're gonna tell me Al Harrington is equivalent to Mike Doliak? Do you know who Mike Doliak is?
Out of Utah, big fella, big Mike that played with Andre Miller, big Mike Doliak.
We're gonna sit here and say Steven Jackson is equivalent to Tyronn Lue.
Oh my God, dog. That's
I'm
funny.
just
Hey,
saying, like,
bro,
I can
that's
go
funny.
player for player. Oh, you know, I'm a huge team
Yeah.
fan. I can go
Yeah,
player for player
for
in
sure. I know you
that
know the
Orlando
team.
thing. So,
And then in
yeah,
Houston, when he had Yao and Luther.
yeah,
And who was
man,
his
come
point
on.
guard?
Hey, man, look, Luther, my guy, but we weren't gonna sit
Yeah.
here and say Luther's a factor,
Yeah,
bro.
Yao. He couldn't get out the first round.
He couldn't get out. Neither him and Yao stayed unhealthy. They stayed unhealthy.
Yeah. But
Think about that.
that's
You got to think about
that's
that.
my only knock on T Mac.
That
Other
Houston
than that,
team.
everything you said, I played against T Mac. I've stood in front of that 6'11" man and was like, wow,
Yeah,
I've never guarded somebody this hard in my life. And I played my greatest defense, and I was like, this is a real hooper right here.
the Houston team, I will give you, but at the same time, him and Yao was never healthy.
Right.
You know, they did have Ron Artest over there. They had some
Ron
people.
Artest was over. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, they
I
had some
forgot
good.
Ron Artest played for them.
Even without him and Yao, you know, Ron Artest went on like a 21 game win streak. Him
Yeah,
and Steph
yeah.
Malou.
I forgot all about Ron Artest played for Houston.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
I give you that, but at the same time, look at the era he played in. Look at the star caliber players that he played.
You know, the boy that you don't like, Chauncey Billups was in that era with them.
Yeah, but Chauncey Billups was on a great team. He
I
wasn't
mean, I
as good.
just watched that All-Star game. What was that last week when T Mac was going against Kobe? The one was that? Oh, the one with Allen Iverson when they was in Washington when Allen Iverson got the MVP. When
Yeah,
Steph and AI took over the fourth quarter, Stephon Marbury and AI took over the fourth quarter and they end up winning and
yeah.
everything. T Mac and all them. That was and Vince Carter. Vince Carter played in that All Star game.
But do you see that shit? Like, man, look, I'm just trying to say, man, that era for T Mac and the team that he had, I was surprised and I was impressed that he made the playoffs.
Right.
Again, HC every year. What HC do we really know outside of that Golden State team? Be the number
And
one.
Dikembe Mutombo,
What the Kimbe team?
the Denver team that beat Gary Payton and Sean Kemp, number one seed. The Seattle Supersonics and Van Baker, the
Who was
coach,
on
he a coach now.
the Kimbe team though?
Carl, whatever his name, the dude that always hating on Carmelo. I don't know why. All of a sudden you retire from
George
coaching,
Carr.
yeah, and you just unbelievable, man. The stuff he be doing, unbelievable.
George Carr's there. I mean, but all his superstars said they didn't like him. Ray Allen didn't like him. That's why the Ray Allen left Milwaukee and went to Seattle. Gary Payton didn't like him. Although Gary Payton, like, he said this one comment when he said the thing about Melo, but he don't really dwell on it because he do credit a lot of his success because of George Carr. But he said,
He
like,
said that Melo style, George Carl made his system around Melo because of Melo style. And Gary Payton is what you saying that Gary Payton was saying that Melo became the player he was because of George Carl.
no. Gary Payton said he became the player he was. Gary Payton was.
Oh, Gary Payton became the player Gary Payton was.
Because,
Oh, okay, I get it. I get what you're saying.
but he
Okay.
didn't rock with George Carl like that. Cousins didn't
Wow.
like that either.
I just don't understand like why you
Your
just coming
superstars don't
out
rock with you.
hating on people. You
Yeah.
don't coach no more.
You know what I'm saying? So it be like that, man. And you know, if you listen to Gilbert Arenas talk about Doc Rivers,
What'd he say
and
about Doc Rivers?
he just said Doc Rivers not a great coach. He said Doc Rivers got. He said before Doc Rivers got Boston, before he got KG and them in Boston, he was a losing coach
He made the playoffs.
because of T Mac.
And in Atlanta.
Well, Atlanta.
He was a player in Atlanta. He didn't coach in Atlanta, did he?
No, he didn't coach in Atlanta.
Okay, he played in Atlanta.
He left Orlando and went straight over to Boston. He had two
Right.
seasons, and then they end up getting KG and Ray Allen, and he won the championship. And all of a sudden, he's a Hall of Fame coach. He's had the same amount of talent since he left Boston in LA and again in Philly. And
he took the Clippers to their first ever Western Conference Finals as a coach, right? That was their first ever in the history, right?
did they ever go to the Western Conference Finals?
Um,
Never.
yeah, they did. They went last year.
Last year,
He went there.
he
They
won
went to
that.
the Western Conference Finals. Who did they lose to? And that team went to the championship.
Who?
Who went to the finals last year? Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Who did they play? Who did they play to go to the championship last year?
I want to say they didn't play the Clippers. I mean, they didn't play the Clippers.
Did they play? They didn't play Jokic last year.
They did play Jokic.
Oh, so they played Denver.
Yeah, but he was in Phoenix. He was in Philly last year. Doc was in Philly. Remember, that's the reason why Ben Simmons
Doc was
didn't
in
play
Philly
this year.
last year. Yeah,
Win without a point. We can't win with Ben Simmons.
right. That was last year. He took them to the Eastern Conference Finals and they lost. And that was Tyronn Lue first year. Now
Yeah,
the year before that, who won the championship?
LeBron.
LeBron. That was the bubble. Nah,
Yeah,
that wasn't the bubble. The bubble was 2020.
Milwaukee won last year. You're right. That's the bubble. The bubble was before that.
Oh, okay.
Because that was CP3 last year was his first year in Phoenix. So he's in OKC. OKC was in the bubble playoffs when CP3 was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, because they was up. Yep, you're right. You are. Yep, you're right. You
Yeah.
definitely right.
Yeah. So like I say,
Yeah.
I've always said this Doc is an overrated coach.
Right.
Like
Uh-huh.
he's done nothing before KG and he's done nothing after KG.
Okay.
That's it. All the talent that he's had in the NBA and LA, there's no way you shouldn't even not make a Western Conference appearance. When you got Jamal Crawford, JJ Redick, CP, Blake, although I say DeAndre Jordan wasn't a superstar to me or a star, but
Right.
people would be like he was talented. I don't think he was talented. I think
Well, and then
Dwight
they ran
Howard.
against the year I thought they had a chance to win. They beat San Antonio, but then they ran against them young Bulls nobody knew about. Golden State Warrior, Draymond, Steph Clay, Harrison Barnes, Iguodala. Nobody knew who these dudes was,
Well, he
and then
beat
they
them
won.
before. He beat the CP3 beat them the year before. Then the following year they came back and won the championship, but CP3 and them lost to Houston. They was up 3-1 and lost to Houston.
Right.
And James Harden went to the Western Conference Final and faced Golden State and Golden State.
And then they mopped the floor with them.
Then they beat LeBron, who was hurt. And then
Right.
So, like I said, man, I think as far as the players go, superstar and star thing, I think now there's tiers. You have to look at.
You got to look at it in tiers.
Yeah, like Giannis is a bona fide, solidified superstar.
Right.
You put Luka in there. I think Luka's a tier 2 superstar. I will me hating. I would say it's hating, but I see it from this thing. I think Luka is selfish, and I say he's selfish because he doesn't like when his teammates get off. He still try to get his numbers. Mm-hmm. There's no way in hell if I'm watching Spencer Dinwiddie have 27 points on 11 shot attempts, I'm not keep giving him
back to him.
I'm going to him. Luka didn't do that.
That's what Steph do. That's the type of superstar Steph is. Steph, if you going for 40, Steph gonna be like,
yeah,
give it to you, bro. Hey, I'm out your way. Steph had 3 points in the fourth quarter. Then when you calm down, all right, you done? And then Steph will give you 17 and finish the game with 20. You be like, hey, how Steph get 20? That's because Steph, like, just kind of to your point, the thing I like, and that's why I picked Steph Curry and them to win this experience in him because of just a superstar Steph is. Steph is not going. If Draymond, if Clay, if Wiggins, if Looney is getting there and they in that zone, and Steph mind, and I was kind of like this as a player. I know I can go off. I can go get 15 points if I need it. Ain't no way somebody can stop me from getting that. But these guys is on the wave, and they rarely get on that. And Steph will sit back and let them ride that wave, and then Steph will say, all right, y'all cool? Watch this. And then he just goes so easy. I don't think I've ever seen Mike, but like just somebody in a short period of time who can get 20 in under 2 minutes just without really trying, but he can do
it. We've seen a lot of people that can do that. I mean, the NBA
consistently. Like who? Other than Mike.
We're gonna forget about the 13 points that T-Mac scored in
T-Mac,
13 games.
T-Mac, but T-Mac was a volume shooter though. T-Mac ain't letting Luka
But he
head
scored 13.
get 30.
He was a volume shooter.
Yeah,
That's not. That's
T-Mac calling for the ball every time. Antoine Walker, they calling for the ball. That's why Steph is so
Antoine Walker.
unique.
I'm saying T-Mac. T-Mac
Yeah.
has to call for the ball because he's the only
No, I
guy
mean
on the team.
every time
Kobe,
he's on
you
the
gonna sit here
floor.
and act like Kobe can't give a 20 in 15 minutes?
Yeah, but Kobe calling for the ball. I'm going to shoot. That's what I'm
Steph
saying.
is
Steph
calling for
don't
the
do
ball.
that.
Steph is going off the screens, and when he
Yeah,
wants the ball, he wants the ball. You better give it to him.
but Steph is like when
Every
he in the
superstar got
game.
that in him.
Yeah, but Steph is not like
I think we give him
in the
too
huddle.
much
Y'all give
credit
me the
too.
ball the next 40 plays down. Steph just see what goes on, and then when Steph do call for the ball, like when you watch them, when Steph do say give me the ball, they give it to him. But like he float. Okay, perfect example. Game 3, the game was teetering right against the Mavs. Steph said, "You know what? I'm not going to play with y'all this game." He went for 30 quick. He got 30 real quick and put the game out of reach. And then game 4, obviously the Mavs won. But game 3 was a perfect example of who Steph Curry is. Steph
Man,
Curry, like, you know what? I'm finna show y'all. When I don't feel like playing with y'all, I'm
I
not
think
finna
we
play
got.
with y'all. I'm finna put the game out the
I
way.
think we're getting off topic here, and I'm gonna say this: what
Right.
made Steph different as a superstar and not view and actually made me like him this year. In that first series, he
You
came
just
off the
started
bench.
liking him this year?
I just started liking him this year.
Wow. You ain't see this boy in college at Davidson?
Huh?
You ain't see him at Davidson when
Yeah.
Steph was playing with all players that go to Marconi and took them to the Elite Eight in the tournament. He was playing with Marconi hoopers. He wasn't playing with Delano hoopers because we got hoopers.
He said
Man,
Marconi. Like we
Steph
gonna
took
sit here and act
Marconi
like Sid.
hoopers.
We gonna act like
Steph
Sid
took
Banks and them didn't come out of Marconi, man.
right.
we gonna
We
say
used to hey when we used to Delano, we used to beat Marconi. But man,
we,
Steph took them guys
we gonna
to
sit
the
here and
Elite Eight.
disrespect Sid like that,
I
man. You
know.
could have
Shout
said
out to
Melody,
Sam
man.
Banks.
You could have
Shout
said
out to
Gold
LeVar
Black.
Seals. Shout out to Sam Banks and LeVar Seals.
Hey, you should have said Gold Black or Melody
Gold
or
Black. He
something
took
like
the Gold Black Hoopers and took them to the Elite Eight in the NCAA tournament. Steph
that.
Curry did that.
Man, listen. All right, let me tell you this. Like, first reason why I don't like Steph is because I think a lot of his accolades that happen as a team overshadows a lot of things. Like people putting him as the third greatest, second greatest point guard of all time.
I agree with
One,
that.
I don't think he's a point guard.
I agree with
If
that
we
too, though.
if we don't classify AI as a point guard, why would we classify a man that literally doesn't bring the ball up the court at all as a point guard? So
Yeah, it's eras though. In this era, all the point guards, Westbrook, Steph, um, Dame, Harden, the list goes on and on.
the best point guard in the league and has been for the last 15 years has been CP3. Point guard. Steph is a, you know what? And my boy, I don't you probably
Ja
remember.
Morant.
Yeah, my boy Paris, he said it. We got to probably classify it as wings now, wing players,
Yeah.
because
I get your point.
you know what I'm
I
saying.
get your point. I get your point you
What
making.
made me like and respect Steph this year was that first series. He could have said like a Westbrook and like a Melo, no, I'm not coming off the bench. But he came off the bench for the whole series to let Jordan Poole do his
Man,
thing.
that's been Steph since the beginning, since Steph got into the spotlight. He's been a selfless superstar. And
It
the
made me
people that's
like him.
played with him, that's been up here, like has said, I never seen a dude like him. When Mark Jackson get on national TV and say, and he done seen everybody, He done seen everybody. He done stood in front of everybody. When he said that about Steph and Clay before they even popped, when I saw I saw it at Davidson, because when I saw what he took to the Elite Eight, I was like, yo,
Bruh.
it don't look real because he's just this little baby faced kid that you like, man. But then when you see that action that he giving you,
I'm not saying his talent is nothing there. I'm not saying that, but prior to that, I never felt like he made no one better from a point guard standpoint. I don't like I
I
his.
do. I think he made everybody on that team better. He made everybody on that team believe in
And if
themselves.
you're
Steph
talking about
Curry,
the action that he creates coming off
yeah,
screen and the
I
attention
think
that he's garners, yeah, you call that
yeah,
creative.
Steph Curry like the social worker for the Golden State Warriors that plays basketball with them. He make everybody believe like they can pick the Sears Tower up and move it to the Lake Michigan Avenue, and
But
they do that because
I,
Wiggins. That's another example. Wiggins, and then look what he became when he played with Steph.
I don't know if that's because I don't know if that's the Steph effect or just the system. I think the system and just having the pressure of not being the number one no more.
Man, listen to his teammates. Hey, bro, we in the locker room. Them boys in the locker room with stuff. Listen to his. Even when he in the game with the boy from Michigan, who, man, the way Steph when they together, the way Steph just like, shorty, go ahead. And then when he started getting nervous, when Poole started getting nervous or started getting flustered, Steph would be like, he'll go say something to him, tell him to move over, and he'll be like, watch me. This is how you do this, and he'll come do it. It's man, it's him, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it's him, and that's why I got the on winning.
Him, I think is Drake. I think Drake.
Oh no, Drake, yeah.
I
But
think
the reason
Draymond,
why Draymond is that is because Steph green lighting him, kind of like how we talking about Jimmy Butler and Derrick Rose, green lighting him to be himself. Draymond, he get text everything. Steph don't say nothing to him. He be like, bro, you good. Go ahead and curse the ref out. Now, what if you was on a and Shaq? I think Shaq said this in an interview. Shaq told Wiggins, when I was a superstar in the league, and a dude came over and was just trying to shoot whatever, Shaq told him, hey man, stop shooting the ball. This ain't your team. And Wiggins was like, yeah, Steph don't do that with us. Steph tell us to be ourselves and do that. You know what I'm saying? And you talked about errors, and that's why I was telling you about T-Mac. Every time in that era, them dudes, them superstars, man, they unless they tired and they be like, all right, whatever, man, you gotta get them, they gotta get 50 shots up.
and you say that, but I say I disagree because if you look at every superstar in that era, how many of them had another solidified star? Outside
Kobe,
of
Shaq,
AI,
AI had a incredible defensive team.
right?
Who Ray Allen had in Milwaukee?
Van
Was
Baker,
Cassell? Cassell was in Milwaukee with him.
yeah, but he's not a star.
Right. True.
He's not a star. He ain't had no star. I mean, he ended up getting Rashard Lewis late in
Oh,
Seattle,
Lewis, yeah.
but that
And
wasn't really a tandem like that. Like that was no
then you
real
had
stars.
Jermaine O'Neal in Indiana with Reggie and Steven Jack, yeah. Well, and if you want to look at the San Antonio Spurs, you can look at them.
But there was a team. That was a
That
team.
was
They
kind of like Golden State is. They just had a bunch of guys that
that
yeah,
played well together and they bought into the system. That was
and
it.
then they just kept replenishing for 20 years. How many
And Pop
championships they get in 20 years? What, 6?
5, Pop struggling
Nah, he
every
got 6.
he got 5.
Don't tell me he got 6.
Timmy got 5.
Oh,
Timmy got 5. And he been struggling ever since those guys left.
yeah. I like Murray though.
But that's the thing. These coaches have to adjust to the new era too.
Right.
Like I can't
Zach LaVine talking about leaving us.
bye. Bye. like, what have you done for lately?
On life.
You're not the reason why we're in the playoffs.
On life.
Bye, nigga.
Yeah.
And when you was
yeah.
you did not play well. Now, granted, he was hurt, but at the same time, if you hurt, don't play.
Yeah. You know.
Take that
ain't no excuse.
like Ben Simmons, because I personally think Brooklyn is going to be amazing next year. I think Ben Simmons is going to be himself. I think he's going to be comfortable because now, who you going to sag off of to help when I'm going downhill? Who you going to sag off of? I got Seth, Patty, Kyrie, and KD, and Joe Harris. Who are you going to sag off of to stop me from getting to the basket?
I'm not a believer in Brooklyn. I think the NBA, I think after East, you got to go through Milwaukee or Boston next year.
I'm telling you this.
Healthy.
Listen to
they
me.
Get hurt.
Remember how you say when they get Clay back? I think Ben Simmons is that dynamic of a playmaker.
Last time I saw Ben Simmons play, he passed up. He wouldn't take a dunk and turned the ball over against Trae Young. Trae Young was under the rim. Trae Young is 5'11". He's 6'9", and he didn't want to dunk on Trae Young.
And I would tell you, this is the same that Gilbert Arenas said about Doc Rivers. he's going to destroy Ben Simmons' mindset because he doesn't know how to coach him.
Well, I hope Steve Nash is the guru, the horse, the hooper whisperer, because he gonna need it.
I'm telling
He
you
gonna
this.
need sage and everything. Olive oil, prayer oil, blessing. He
My
go
man,
go to church, get the Holy Ghost, baptized in Jesus' name.
my man Kyrie got an unlimited supply of sage. That
Well,
locker
they
room,
gonna have to give it to Ben Simmons because he gonna need all that.
I'm telling you, listen to me. When he comes back next year, he's gonna be the player that we wanted him to be. Now he may not still have to. He may not shoot, but again, you can sag off me all you want to. I've seen people sag off Rondo, and he still got from point A to point B whenever he.
Oh, I'm taking Rondo over Chris Paul. So
Huh?
I said I'm taking Rondo over Chris Paul in the playoffs.
Hey man, you know we got a family event we got to go to. I would not allow this Chris Paul slander to go on.
Hey, I've been saying that for years.
This is some
All
bull.
right, Ruben. I got to be respectful. I see the family want to talk to you and everything.
No.
Let's end with
I
this
was just saying
NFL.
that because of the Chris Paul comment. Like I don't. Like,
Oh
that's
yeah,
horrible. That's
Chris
horrible.
Paul.
Why is it Chris Paul, man?
It's a track record with me and Chris Paul. I like Chris Paul. He kind of like Steve Nash. I like what he do in the regular season, but in the playoffs he don't show up. I mean, last year was his first time where he proved me wrong.
He
But
don't show up. Now you can't blame him from injuries that happen.
yeah,
Like this
but
year, I don't have no defense. I know they say a report came out that he was hurt in the last
yeah,
whatever time
that's
he
what
hit 30.
his
I think
backup point guard said that too.
I,
The
I
dancer.
I hit time he time he hit
I
37.
forgot his name.
Hey, you know how you go downhill when you hit a certain age.
Yeah, when
Like
you hit that 30
I
year,
turned
ain't the same.
32 and I couldn't dunk no more. 2
You
days
can
later, I
still
couldn't
dunk
dunk no
though.
more.
You 6'6".
Hey, bro, I couldn't dunk no more. I hit 32 and couldn't dunk no more.
Hold on, so you can't dunk a basketball right now?
No, I'm 39. I'm 30. I'll be 39 in August. I'm done,
But you 6'6" though.
bro. I don't know what happened. I can
You
touch
so
the
you
rim,
can't get a basketball and dunk on the rim. You gotta try. I don't think you just ain't tried it in a long time.
bro. Listen, it hurts when I do that shit now,
Really?
man. Like my hip.
Well, nah. Well, that look. Don't let my peer pressure. No, don't do that
Bro,
because
I
I don't
don't.
want you
Hey,
getting hurt and y'all
I'm
call
cool
me.
with
I don't
layups
want the
and
missus
mid
to
range.
call me like Jitim Cadillac. You see what? You
Look,
know.
bro,
So
look,
no.
like I'm cool with mid range pull ups and layups. I'm
Okay,
good.
cool.
I'm good with that. Jump hooks, I got all that. I'm good. I'm still effective. I'm just not dunking. I
So
haven't
if
done.
somebody put 100,000 in front of you right now, you couldn't dunk off like what?
I would be $100,000 less.
Damn, that's
Like,
crazy. I would
nah,
never.
bro, I don't even try. Like, I don't even look at it. But you gotta think too. I was dunking by the time I got to my senior year in college, I didn't even like dunking no more.
Oh, okay. Well, that
Like
makes
I
sense.
was dunking so much. Like, think about it. I've been dunking since you know me in 8th grade.
Yeah, you was dunking since 8th grade, right?
Like,
You've been dunking since 8th grade.
yeah, like by the
Mm.
time by the time I got to college, man, by the time I got to my senior year, man, I was like a layup is 2 points too.
Layup is man, yeah.
Like
Especially after all that, you have to carry your team. So
layup is 2 points. Like fuck it. Like, but
yeah,
no,
I hear you.
but like I said, I don't know what happened with Chris Paul this year. Whenever he plays, he plays well, but he's also been hurt by injuries, hamstring in Houston, broken hand in the Clippers uniform, like ACL when he was in New Orleans. Like he's always
Yeah,
had some type of injury in the playoffs that's stunning him from winning. I
right.
can't say I'm going to take a Rondo over him. The only other point guard at one point that I would have taken over him,
No, I said in the playoffs, not in
he
the regular season. I'm
but
talking
no,
about playoff. I'm talking
there,
about playoff Rondo.
there's only one other point guard in the history of these last 20 years that I probably would have considered taking him over.
Tony
Uh,
Parker.
oh, fuck
Oh, I'm
no.
about to say,
Darren Williams. Darren Williams in Utah was probably arguably the second best point guard.
second to third. I agree with that. Utah Darren Williams was second to third in the league. I
Who,
agree with that.
who would you put above him? What
During
other
that
point guard
time,
in that time? What other point guard would you put above Darren Williams? None.
probably Billups.
You
I
want
know. I know. I already
to
know.
damn.
But I already know what you about. My bad. But
You
I
want
like
to Dale Chauncey, man.
I like him, man. I like Big Shot, man.
Oh my God, there's so many other point guards that's
Yeah,
better.
but he was 2-3 easy. Chris Paul. But yeah, I mean, I can't even really say D Rose. Uh, it's hard, like when guys like that get injured, you don't really get the. I'm praying for Ja Morant. I want Ja Morant to show us what how we were about to talk about football for like 3 minutes. How people saying Lamar Jackson can't win the championship the way he do it. I pray Lamar Jackson win a Super Bowl so that like what I mean, it can say you could also do it this way. Like I'm praying Ja Morant don't get hurt so we can say yeah, Ja Morant show us what would have happened if Derrick Rose would have got hurt.
Man, you know what though, but Ja Morant represents so many other guards. Well, not so many. It's only a history of guards, a handful that was coming in with that type of talent and
Ability.
athleticism
Yeah.
and speed. Like Penny was the first of this kind, but then
Ooh,
like Derrick Rose, John Wall,
John Wall,
Westbrook
that's a
kind
good
of
one.
took it to another level because he has
Yeah.
been able to be.
To the finals.
He's been to the finals, but he's
Yeah.
also been healthy
Yeah.
during his
He's
run.
available.
He's
He's
available,
available.
and
Right.
that's the thing. I hope he has the availability of Westbrook, but he takes it to that winning level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think Westbrook, and I argue for Westbrook a lot out here, but a lot of people make good points. I think Westbrook really fell in love with the triple-double. That became more of a goal than to average a triple-double
Winning championship.
than winning the championship for him.
Yeah.
And I hope like he can change his game. Like I know the hardest thing in Derrick Rose's career was I have to modify my game to prevent myself from being hurt.
From getting hurt. Yeah.
I have to learn how to change my speed. I have to learn how to when to use my explosiveness and my athleticism.
You
Like,
don't even dunk no more.
yeah, and he still can. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
If you play with him on NBA 2K, they don't even let him dunk on fast breaks. That's crazy. He can still dunk. He can still windmill. They show it doing his summer workouts and shit. But he had to change his game so that he can be available. And I hope he gets out of New York. I hope he goes to a contending team. I would like to see him in Brooklyn or Milwaukee.
You know what? Milwaukee. To get so he can get a ring.
you are not on the Brooklyn bandwagon right now. I'm telling you.
Nah.
Just like you had confidence in Clay making the difference for Golden State this year, and I laughed at you. I was like, Clay's not that dude. Honestly, I think they would have been playoff bound without Clay. They was playing really well without Clay.
Yeah,
But
Steph took them from the worst team in the league to right in the play-in. I mean, they should have made the playoffs, but whatever. Memphis made it, but I knew with Clay coming back, that was gonna be the card to go boom boom and win it all. And so far, I've been right.
But you believe it's Clay. I believe it's the emergence of Jordan Poole. I think Jordan Poole right now is
I
the
think he
second best
developed
player on
well. I
the team.
think Golden State do a great job developing people, just like San Antonio did
Yeah,
during
but
that time. Just like
I think Jordan Poole is.
Tom
Listen to
Brady
me.
and
This is
Belichick
very
did.
controversial because a lot of people
Yeah.
get mad at me when I say this. I'm
Say
not talking
what?
about experience wise. I'm talking about from a skill set and talent aspect. I think Jordan Poole is the second best player on that team. I think he's better than
With
Clay.
talent, he mentally not the. But you could see, like you say, the change of direction. He can go left, right. He can shoot left, right. He got the mid range. He the best free throw shooter on the team in the league. Actually, he can shoot the three and all that. But he don't know how to. This part hasn't caught up with all this. And when this part do, Steph his role will become less and lesser. And
Yeah.
Steve Kerr said it. Steve Kerr like this is the first time in the history of Golden State where we could take Steph out and put somebody in, and they don't really miss a beat. And Steph can stay as rested as possible until Poole decide to do and
Poole.
one mixtape hot sauce type stuff, and I'll be yelling at the TV, "Get him out now!" Like I'll be yelling at my TV when he do that.
I be rooting for that young man. I like that young man. He's the reason why I even say anything positive about Golden State.
Golden State.
I like Draymond too.
Oh, I love Draymond. I love him.
You're gonna love him. You miss if you anyone from the BigTen you love like that shit. You a bias. You biased.
I am. You know what? Yes, because I defend a BigTen with my life. But
Man.
yeah,
Anybody from the BigTen you represent, man.
for
But
sure.
And we're gonna get on this. I want to get on this too because you asked me like one thing that I'm gonna do. I've been doing this summer is I've really been following Minnesota basketball a lot.
Ben Johnson, shout out to my former teammate, Ben
Like
Johnson, the head coach.
there's Minnesota basketball out here, bro. Is high school level. They're producing a lot of D1 level,
D1.
D1 NBA one and dones.
Yeah.
Like
And we talked about that last week. Chicago, they used to be Chicago. Like when you wanted a D1 ready player or pro, Chicago's where you came. Minnesota is getting all of these kids D1 and getting these boys pro ready.
Yeah, I think that it has really changed. I think they've really caught up with the world as far as basketball goes. Like, I mean, I got a kid right now that's in the draft this year. He played at Colorado State, and I
Mhm.
coached him and trained him for about 4 years. He's supposed to go to Northwestern. I tried to get him to go to Northwestern, but he ended up choosing Colorado State over
Okay.
Northwestern and Minnesota. So he was going to be a Big Ten guy regardless, I thought.
Right.
And David Rowley, he's a 6'5", 6'6", combo forward, guard,
Mhm.
whatever you want to. And he's always had guard abilities. He was just always on
Right.
the heavier side. But now he's
Yeah.
leaned up.
Mhm.
His first year at Colorado, they went to the NIT second round.
Right.
Then this year they made it to the tournament, got put out in the first round. But you can see the growth and the progression of him
Yeah.
showed what his team's success was. And so I was shocked when I saw him put up that he's going in the NBA draft. But you got
Man.
him, you got Chet, you got
Pat Baldwin Jr., the kid that I coached, his dad, coach Pat Baldwin, the coach at Milwaukee, University of Milwaukee, played
yeah,
at Northwestern, also coached at Northwestern. I used to train, just like you say, I used to train Pat, coach him in the summer, work out with him. His mom, former volleyball player at Northwestern. His dad,
yeah,
former one of the greatest point guards to ever play at Northwestern. They got a son that's about to be a top 15 pick.
yeah. They got we got Trey, we got Tyus, you got Gary Trent Jr. that's over in Toronto making big noise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I mean, like Minnesota basketball is crazy, both women and men.
So is Chet, the boy from Gonzaga, he's projected to be the number one overall pick. Is
Yeah,
he Baby Durant or not?
no, he is not Baby Durant. Baby Durant is over at Duke. That
Who is that?
Banchero,
Oh, man, yeah. Ooh, but he got a body though. He got a
he's Baby,
body on him.
but he's Baby Durant. He's 6'11"
Yeah.
with a handle. He can shoot. He can pull up. He can get to the basket. That's Baby Durant. Chet, I think Chet is Porzingis like.
Huh. Okay. Well, they talking about he going number one in Orlando.
And again, Orlando is hitting it good because I like both of the guards. I like Jalen Suggs over there, Minnesota
Right.
bound. I like Cole Anthony.
Cole Anthony is
And
fire.
now you add Chat, a versatile big. I hope that he can put on weight because
But you got the other skinny boy from Michigan over there that killed, made our rookie team, first team, I think.
but
What's his name? Wagner,
yeah, but
the
his
baby brother.
body. That's what I'm saying though. Those two body frames, they can't go over there.
Play,
You can't guard no
yeah,
damn Embiid.
right, yeah.
You can't
And you got
guard
both of them in the
Booth.
game, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be able to defend. Like,
I,
yes,
I, I think that the boy from Duke should go number one, but they so hung up on. They keep saying baby. They keep calling us. I'm like, how y'all call the dude from Gonzaga Baby Durant? And I seen him play against Memphis in the NCAA tournament, who's athletic by the way, with our money based on that team, and he played scared against them. So what you gonna do against the league players? I'm not saying they can't change, but that the boy from Duke killed everybody.
so this is what Chet always remind me of. He reminds me of Frank Kaminsky out of Wisconsin. He plays just like him. He got the frail frame. He can knock down the three. He can hit the mid range. He can put the ball on the floor. Again, your body size and the schedule of the NBA is way different than any other schedule that you've played.
Right.
You're not playing just against people your age. You're playing against veterans and experienced
Grown
that put on
men.
the strength, and it's gonna be a different game. How are you gonna be adjusted? Like I thought Mo Bamba was gonna be a big factor. He hasn't been a factor.
Role player.
Oh, I mean, he's figuring out a role, but he's
Yeah.
not the star that everyone projected
You
him to
know,
be.
maybe I mean his last 10 games with the Magic, he averaged a double, 15 and I think 12. So maybe he could kind of turn that corner. I'm not saying he's gonna be like a big fella in Arizona and Phoenix. He ain't gonna be him, but maybe he can figure something out.
He's not even good to me.
Who?
DeAndre Ayton.
Well, if the Bulls get him, we all right.
Do you know CP3 make people? He make bigs.
Man, we need that big that he made.
Listen to me. Every big that CP3 have had, they've had success because of him. They went
He's way
on
better
without
than
him
any
and have
big that he's
played
played
well.
with.
Huh?
He's better than DeAndre Jordan. Ayton, right now. He's better than DeAndre. He's like in the league right now. What DeAndre Ayton can do, especially on defense. I went to that game actually when the Bulls played Phoenix. I went to that game. That dude, he can shoot the ball. He got a nice little touch. Obviously, you throw it to the heavens, he gonna go get it. I mean, he made what's that big man we got that used to play for the Magic, the European boy?
Vucevic.
He made Vucevic look like he played for Goldblatt.
Man, Bruce definitely Marconi. Bruce definitely
Unreal.
Marconi, man. I'm not
I'm
gonna
telling you.
disrespect Bruce like that. I just feel like
He hooped, but
without having Zoe, I felt like Bruce
yeah,
game
that
got
was
lost
big.
because you got two guys that's legit scores and
Right.
not playmakers. Although DeRozan has evolved his game into a
Yeah.
playmaker, but it's
missing
not like
Lonzo
we
Ball
would
hurt.
have
I
with Zoe.
said that too.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't think DeAndre Ayton is that. I don't think DeAndre Ayton is worth the supermax. I think he should get paid. I just don't think he's worth the supermax. I think he's on the line of Capella,
A little bit over him.
DeAndre Jordan at his best.
A little bit over him.
Huh?
A little bit over him. I would say right now, because he can make free throws too.
Yeah, but a lot of bigs can make free throws now. I mean, that's their game. Like, Embiid can shoot free throws. Joker can shoot free throws.
Embiid is a mega star though.
But Vooch can shoot free throws.
Vooch, yeah, you know them foreigners, them overseas boys can shoot free throws.
So everybody over on Dallas that's a post player can shoot. That's considered a post player. They can shoot. Like that. Yeah. That's the game. Like our bigs shoot more threes than the guard.
Well, you know Mark Cuban, because now that you just said Dallas, if Doncic get him, if Mark Cuban outbid Phoenix, and they get Ayton, Phoenix rebuilding, bro. I'm sorry.
If I'm Phoenix, I'm trying to go get Porzingis.
Bro,
did you watch Porzingis? Did you look at Porzingis' numbers when he left Dallas and went to Washington?
He did go to Washington. I never watched. I didn't even watch him in Washington.
Did you watch the difference? Then he plays again. That's why
I seen him in New York though.
But that's why
that's the Porzingis I got. The Porzingis I got in my mind is that killer that was in New York.
I mean, it's easy to kill when you playing for nothing.
Right, that's true. That is true.
It's easy. My thing, the Porzingis that you gotta think, they thought him and Doncic was gonna get along. Doncic is not an easy person. If you watch, they have highlights on YouTube where you can purposely see. It's kind of like Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert relationship.
That's who they should go try to get. Phoenix. Go get Gobert. If you're gonna lose Ayton, go get Gobert.
The reason why they lost is because they didn't have an inside presence offensively. He's not an offensive presence. Shit, come get Vooch. Come get Vooch. Come get Vooch.
Okay. Well, look, man. Before we get out of here, NFL. I like Tom Brady. I like Tom Brady coming out the NFC.
I don't.
The NFC and the AFC is. I don't know. I mean, you said you wanted to say something about my favorite player, Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. That's my favorite player. So I'm gonna try not to be biased in this. Kansas City, they gave up their wide receiver. He over making a lot of money in Miami now. The boy from LSU, Burrow, just went to the Super Bowl. Allen just played a perfect game and lost to arguably the best quarterback in the game under Brady, and Patrick Mahomes. I can't call the AFC, but the NFC, I'm hands down going Tom Brady, going back to the Super Bowl.
So
They beat Odell. We don't know where Odell gonna be at yet, but they beat the Chargers. I mean the Rams. Yeah.
so sleepers is Miami. I think Tua got the weapons that he
You
deserves.
believe in Tua?
I believe in Tua.
Wow.
See, and that's why we got to keep our black people in that light. Can't shit on them.
Right.
You know, I believe in him. I always believed in him. I just feel like when Miami didn't have the right pieces, they had a great ground game, but they didn't have any explosion in that secondary that secondary level. Now they got two dynamic receivers.
Right.
They got two, possibly 1A and 1B in dynamic C. And I think
man,
they
I saw a video. I saw a video with Tua trying to throw it to what's the name, deep, and it was so short. Tyreek had to come back to the ball, man. So imagine, and this was without pressure. So imagine him with Brian, with not Brian Urlacher, with what's his name, Khalil Mack over at the Chargers, blitzing him. You know what I mean?
Man, I seen that video.
You saw that video?
But I mean, you gotta think now when you're running real sets, like now they're gonna get that timing together. And I'm telling you, Tua gonna have that power. Watch.
Okay.
I can't say they coming out, but they already have a really good defense.
Okay.
They have a really good defense, and now you add those two receivers with the running game. They didn't lose, now they gained everything. You know what I'm saying? So I believe in Cleveland.
So what do you got any updates on Deshaun Watson? Like, what is he suspended 6 games? Is he playing out the gate?
They're still investigating. I don't think he's going to be suspended 6 games. Okay. You can't suspend nobody that wasn't charged. How can you can't charge? You can't punish me something that the law didn't punish me for.
Right. Okay.
Like, so how you now if the NFL suspend him? That I'm done watching.
Okay.
I'm done watching. I like the Colts. I like Matt Ryan. I think there's going to be a resurgence.
That running back from Wisconsin. I told everybody Jordan Taylor's that deal. I don't know why it took them so long to draft him. I think he went second. But I saw him in Wisconsin. I said, man, that boy is a beast. And he made me, man, I need to start getting some bonuses for this stuff.
You need to go ahead and be Ask Twan to get you on Fox or ESPN.
On the real. So I can argue with Skip Bayless and everything. But yeah, Jordan Taylor. It's a travesty that the coach didn't make the playoffs. And that's the quarterback fault. And that's why they got rid of Wentz.
Man, see, I think they blamed him. But
they had to.
You can't.
All you need to do is beat a team that was 0 and $1 billion and you lost the game.
Football is the ultimate what?
Team sport.
So if one person fucks up.
Oh.
So if your defense ain't doing what they're supposed to do, and you're relying on your offense to match the other team's offense, but your defense is not, like, he can't play both sides of the ball.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you know, after what he had went through in Philly, and then all they had to do was beat a team that was going in the lottery this year. They won probably 2 games all year. They got their bags packed for Cancun. All the coach had to do was win, and I think they would have been a number 3 seed in the playoffs or something like that, and they lost and didn't make the playoffs.
But my thing is like this. These teams are still professionals, whether they was going to the playoffs or not. It's still a professional team.
That's a fact.
There's a reason why we haven't had a team go 82-0.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what, you're going against professionals, and any night somebody can get hot, offensively or defensively.
Yeah.
In the NFL, it just sucks because 11 guys can't play both sides.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to rely on every aspect. Your special teams have to be on point. Your defense has to be on point. Your offense got to be on point. The coaches all got to be in agreement and aligned with everything. The game plan has to be able to fit everybody's, whatever the team is going to plan it for. And that's why I feel like Baltimore, I don't feel like they're going to they're going to be effective just because of the dynamic they got under center.
Right.
But if
Dude,
again we've seen this in Carolina with Cam, if you give him weapons and then you take his weapons away, you're not making his pressure any better than to stay in the pocket. So he's gonna have to get out the pocket and he's gonna take those hits. And because he's a black they're gonna be able to allow him to get dirty hits in like they did with Cam. And then they're gonna continue to say, "Oh, he can't pass. He can pass. You just ain't giving him nobody to pass to."
Right.
So now he's about to use his tight end because he has a real good tight end over there.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Andrews is a beast.
they're gonna keep him. That's gonna keep them in the playoff hunt, but as far as going deep into the playoffs, I don't see it happening this year unless they start surrounding him with weapons.
I didn't think Hollywood Brown was the answer anyway. I think Hollywood Brown at best is a third receiver on any other team.
Yeah.
But I do think they need to go get somebody. I know Tom Brady picked up the phone and told Julio, "Hey, Shawty, look, you ain't got no ring. Why don't you come over here for a year? I might got one more in me after this year, but I'm definitely this year. Come over. I know you want some money. Let me help you make some money, get you a championship, and then you can go on about your business. And then if you get Julio to replace Antonio Brown, you got to see how that boy from Penn State come back from that injury. And you got Mr. Tampa Bay Buck himself, Mike Evans, just being Mike Evans. Hopefully that defense can be what they was 2 years ago, and Brady looking good.
Man, yeah, but I still don't think. I mean, that defense that was 2 years ago. People realize that defense didn't pick up until the playoffs. That defense was horrible in the regular season. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, you hope that, but that defense has never been. I think defense was overrated because of what they did in that playoff run and the players that they went against. They shut down.
Hot.
You know what I'm saying? They shut down a lot of top quarterbacks. But at the same time, like I said, you can't take people weapons away and think they're going to be successful. Like me personally, I think Colin Kaepernick going to work out with the Raiders is great. But I hope that they don't sign him. But I hope a team like Carolina that has some weapons offensively, or even the Bears where he can actually come and lead a Justin Fields. Hey, this is how you do this. This is how I went about my progression, blah, blah, blah. Same type of game. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you hope, but you know what I'm saying? That's wishful thinking he was going to sign with the Bears, man.
Yeah, I mean, the Bears, I mean, Justin Fields, he showed me he was, I mean, obviously a Big Ten player and he tough. For a rookie, for a guy fresh in the NFL can come, take 9 sacks and get up and show up to work the next day. I salute that, and I hope this new coach, maybe you could fill me in on who this dude is and what makes him somebody that the Bears fans should be optimistic about. But I just hope they could at least tailor the offense like they did, like the same plays he ran at Ohio State. I hope that the Bears coach can do that. Do you know anything about this coach? Can you tell me anything about him?
I'm gonna tell you this. I pray that he's gonna be different than Nagy. I don't think this guy should have got a head coaching job.
Wow.
I think there was other coaches that was in the hunt that was more qualified than him. Some of them being black, but I just don't think this guy's going to be the difference maker for us. Then he's also coming into a bad situation as well with we getting rid of Khalil Mack. Our defense is not looking good. Our offense not looking good. He's coming into a rebuilding stage, and he's not. The pressure is going to be on him every game to show what he can do and what he can't do.
Right.
I let him outside.
Man, well,
a few minutes ago.
Well, the thing I'm hoping Lamar Jackson.
He's right
I saw
there,
the workout video. I hope Lamar Jackson healthy. I hope. I'm
a huge Lamar Jackson fan too, cuz. So
yeah, I'm a huge like. I haven't had a favorite player, and I mean, obviously Tom Brady is just like for me, you know what I mean. But like, I haven't had a favorite player since Michael Vick left the league.
Few minutes.
You know,
I'm sorry.
It's cool. I like Vic. Like Vic was like the last. Maybe Ray Lewis too, but Michael Vick was like my guy. And when I saw Lamar Jackson in Louisville, I said, this is about to be my favorite player, especially when he comes into the NFL. And he's done everything I predicted he was gonna be. Vic 2.0, he's that. So
I was there. I was with you when I saw him at Louisville too, and I was telling people, and everybody's like, Nah, he's not gonna be that. They thought he was gonna be like Bridgewater.
Because Vic is like a picture that you put on the wall next to Malcolm X and Martin Luther King on your grandma's wall. It just can't. People just like Allen Iverson. People can't, and then you see Lamar Jackson, you see Ja Morant, and you like, man, this is the modern day AI, and this is the modern day Michael Vick.
Ooh, you say Josh the modern day AI?
Yeah, because the hood love him, the kids love him, and he got that excitement. Like like when Ja Morant is on TV, you like you can't even you don't move until it's a commercial. When Lamar Jackson is playing, I don't move from the TV watching Lamar Jackson the same way I didn't move from the TV when I was watching Michael Vick.
Well, man, I agree. I'm the same way with Lamar and Vic. I mean, AI is my guy, but when I was watching basketball, man, I always brag about Chicago players. Like my favorite players to watch was like you and Amari.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like NBA players, I didn't have an NBA favorite player until I got to college, and I think Melo became my favorite player. Melo and T
Yeah.
Mac.
Yeah.
But then I started to think about it, I like losers.
Yeah. That's funny. Well,
Yeah, I like
man,
losers,
Ruben,
but no, man, I really do think this is gonna be an exciting NFL year. I think with
that's
Deshaun
good.
Watson over in Cleveland, I don't think they're gonna get rid of Brady. I mean Baker Mayfield because they need that backup. He already knows the offense, and so I think just adding Deshaun there, I think is gonna change the whole team's dynamic. And then if you keep Baker there, although he seems disgruntled, because we don't know how Deshaun body's gonna make up after this season during the season. He can come back and feel like Ben Simmons. My back hurt. I don't know. you know. Uh,
Security,
yeah,
security blanket.
yeah. I definitely keep Baker as a security blanket. No one's gonna take on his contract right now. Not for him to come in to be a backup. Uh, I think Trubisky is gonna have success over in,
Yeah, that's right.
in Pittsburgh.
He do got a job. Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot he over there.
I think he's gonna have success in Pittsburgh. Um, so it all plays a part, man. I think there's gonna be some pieces move. I can't sit here and say who's coming out of what. I don't think Brady and them is coming out. I'm gonna
Okay.
be the first one to tell you. I think Stafford and them may repeat.
Repeat champs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so happy to see him win because he struggled. He was so
Yeah.
good in Detroit for so long, but him being just good
A part
wasn't
of me
good
wanted to
enough.
see Donald and Odell get a ring. And you know what? For him to get that ring, for Donald to finally, the best player, the best defensive player, one of the best defensive players ever, like top 5 ever to
Mm.
play football, to get a ring. I'm happy. And then Odell, just for what he represents to the culture,
Yeah,
I'm happy he got a ring.
I'm happy too. I'm helping. He did. I'm mad that he didn't resign.
He not healthy though.
I don't care.
Okay. They offered,
No.
right? So they not offering because he
If,
not healthy.
my point is, if you can, that's when you get him.
Yeah, but
I,
the NFL,
you
they
get him.
they
You get
only
him for
want
the.
guys. They only want guys who's functional, who can get on that machine and work. If you can't, they're like, you heal up. We don't got to pay you until you heal up, and once you heal up, we'll give you some money.
Listen, man. You can sit here and say that. Like I said, that man is gonna be functional. He's gonna be ready by the season start or midway through the season, and he's gonna go and help somebody's team. I hope if he goes to New England, I like Bill Belichick is
I
putting
don't want to go
together
there.
a nice team.
I'd rather him go
I
to
think he's in New
Tampa.
England. I think he's signed with New England. I got look.
I go check, but
I
man,
think. Listen, I'm telling you, Bill Belichick is putting together some things over there. That quarterback over there is nice.
yeah, I like him. I mean,
Another quarterback we got to
he
watch
took the
out
team to
for.
the playoffs
Another
as a rookie.
quarterback we got to watch out for in another team is San Diego. Well, not San Diego.
Oh,
L.A.
yes,
Chargers.
that boy is a
Justin
goon.
Herbert.
He a goon.
Yeah,
He's
Justin
sick
Herbert is a
with it.
monster.
He's sick.
Yep. And they putting together the right pieces around them. Offensively, they just got Khalil. That's a big defensive move for them as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So like I said, I'm excited. I haven't been excited for a sports season in so long,
Right.
but I'm excited for this NFL season because there's a lot of changes going around. I'm even excited for the NBA just to see the NBA now have 15 black head coaches.
Right.
That I don't think Darvin Ham was a good fit for LA.
I saw
I,
that. I was like, okay.
I think LeBron is up out of there. I don't know where he's going to go. Maybe back to Cleveland because he can win with those young boys in Cleveland.
Hey, if LeBron go over there with what they got baby Chris Bosh over there. They got Sexton and Garland
One of them going to
over
have to leave,
there.
though. I think
Allen.
Sexton's going to come to LA. If LeBron go back there, Sexton's coming here to LA. Not coming here. He's going to LA.
Yeah.
They can't keep them all. But you got Karis LeVert. You got Jared
LeVert
Allen.
over there. Yeah, LeBron could work with that.
Yeah, he can work with that. So, I mean, like I said, it's going to be nice, the NFL season. And I hope the way I think the NFL season is going to segue into next year's NBA season. I wasn't really a fan of the NBA this year just because of the way the game is changing. And for me, I just don't – and I sound like a grumpy old
guy.
Yeah.
Back in my day, we had basketball that played hard.
But I just don't think I think with the traveling, with the letting people switch pivots, I think it's teaching the young players. Like if you look at how the AAU thing is going right now, it's not a good look. All of this, everybody in AAU is just in it for branding, money, NIL. Coaches is trying to get money and off these high market players. Like it's not all it's not pure no more. Right. And it's carrying over to the NBA. That's why you get guys like Karl Anthony Towns that I'm out here for my numbers. Like even when he tried to be serious, I don't even think he's tough. Like he tried to have that serious face because people saying he's not built for the playoff. Like, come on, man. You don't even.
I saw that too. He was trying to do that little meme mug. I'm like, man, look, stop trying to be like. I understand what you're doing, bro, but all right, whatever.
Yeah, like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Pat Beverly,
like,
that dude.
Just let your game keep talking and shut up.
Yeah.
Just play. Like, you got this. You
look. Hey,
he's talented as hell. He's so talented.
Watch Tim Duncan videos, Karl Anthony Towns. Watch Tim Duncan videos, and if you want to be like somebody that fits your personality, do what Tim Duncan did, and you'll have a good career.
Man, he had the perfect role model there for 2 years in KG.
Right.
That's what his game is like.
Yeah.
He's an explosive KG.
Yeah, he could do it. He could do it all.
Yeah, I'm watching KG. I'm going to get KG to come work out with me. KG, he already admitted that I love working out with the young players. I went and worked out with Blake. I went and worked out with Giannis. Let me go work out with him again.
Hey, it's so funny you say that because I can see a lot of KG in Giannis' game, and I look at Giannis' numbers and the way Giannis he pop on my TV and excite me when I watch.
Yeah,
I see the ticket in him. I see the ticket in him.
In the league. And CP3. I can't let y'all keep slandering CP3 name or Jimmy. I'm stopping that. Tell CL, he got to stop slandering Jimmy's name.
I got him. I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
When I see him. Matter of fact, he probably watching this right now, but I'm going to let CL know. I'm like, yo.
Tell CL, he got to stop
let's talk about the shot.
Jimmy's a kid. They talk about the shot last night he took. Okay, there's a guy in LA that probably would have passed that shot to Cal Corver or Melo. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even taking that shot. But he's the GOAT. He's some people GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy took a shot. Think about it. And I'm gonna say it right here while we're on camera. If Al Horford's been blocking shit all night, which he was, and Al Horford is a savvy and smart veteran, there's no way Jimmy's getting to the basket and finishing. Especially, you can't put the pressures on the ref in that game because it's 15 seconds left. But if you stop as he's giving you a shot that you hit maybe 36, 37% of the time that you take it, that's a good shot. That's a great percentage from that range. You giving your team a chance to rebound. His team just so happened to stop running the floor. That's all that was. It's a
great. I saw them. It was tired.
You can't tell me Max Strauss shot was better than Jimmy's shot, and he came off a screen with 3 people in his face, fading to the right. It just went in, so it looked good. So ain't nobody gonna say nothing. And he's not even the star of the team.
Right.
So you're gonna tell me the star took a bad shot, but the backup, the role player didn't?
Yeah.
I've been arguing with Renell about this all day. But now I'm starting to just leave Renell alone, man. I don't know what's wrong with his IQ, man. Sometimes I just feel like
He got his own philosophy. He coaching, and shout out to Renell and his AU team. They winning championships and doing good. So he in Coach Nelly mode and everything.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
cuz, I'm about to get up out of here.
I need to
Hey,
get
man,
some
thanks
Coach
for
Nelly
coming
money.
on. I can't wait to have you as a guest again, baby boy.
Hey, man, I can do this every week with you, man. I enjoy this, man.
All right, man.
And
Hey,
if
I got you.
you
We
let me
gonna
know.
as this playoff go on, we gonna talk.
Yes, and as when you in Minnesota, if you come up this week, man, we definitely gotta go out.
I'm gonna call you as soon as I touch down.
All right, man.
I got you, bro.
Yep.
All right, man, and that's the show for today. We had my boy Ruben, Chicago high school basketball player, man, played at Minnesota State University. Great career over there. He's got played basketball, even got a try out in the NFL with the Rams, and so that's why he's gonna cheer for the Rams for sure. But you know, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. This is Locker Room Talk with Jitim Young. I'm your boy, Mr. Wildcat, Mr. Northwestern, Mr. BigTen, Jitim Young. Whatever you do, man, do it to the best of your ability. And just always know there's always room for improvement. And a day you don't feel like you can get better, it's a day you're not living your life to the fullest. All right, check us out. Let's talk about it, Shy. Follow us on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, YouTube. Let's talk about it. Shy CHI. This is Locker Room Talk with your Tim Young, where we as athletes we bring the locker room to real life. Give you guys a feel of what it's like to be in a locker room. I'm out. God bless. Peace. Be safe out there. Have a good weekend. Holiday weekend. Happy Memorial Day.